Pong is widely considered to be the world's first video game. The story is unparalleled, the voice acting is top-notch, the gameplay is everything you could ask for in a 2020 video game. But can you beat Pong without moving? To start, let's first discuss what qualifies as movement in Pong. It's up or down, you fucking idiot. What else did you think it would be? For personal reasons, and as to not violate any restraining orders, I ended up choosing Pong, the next level, for the Gameboy Color as the version of Pong I would play. I didn't want to play it in a browser. Pong's not a complicated game, but something about virtually playing it on an emulated version of the game's console felt more authentic than playing it in a web browser. Also because finding a way to play the arcade version of Pong in an emulator was far more convoluted than I expected it to be. Crack your knuckles and give your mustache a twirl because we're in. Before doing anything else, I had to stretch. You always want to make sure you work your legs a bit before hunkering down for a flight. Not that I would know anything about that. The last time I was on a plane was when I went to Disney World in 2005, and that was only like a 3-hour flight. With all the formalities out of the way, I could begin the challenge of beating Pong without moving. In case you either didn't know or lacked the higher brain functionality to be able to put it together on your own, the mechanics of Pong are not very difficult. Where the ball hits the paddle determines where the ball goes. If it's closer to the center, it's effectively straight across the field. If it's towards the edge, it'll be at a more extreme angle. That's about it. In this version of Pong, you need 11 points to win. Going in, I expected this to be a colossal time sink. I thought it would be a numbers game, unrelated to the scores required to win. Call me a cheater if you want, but I sped up the game using an emulator for this exact reason. Difficulty is non-existent. The question wasn't supposed to be whether it can be done, rather it was how long it would take. There are a couple problems worth pointing out. The first is the likelihood that the ball hits my paddle at all upon being served. It was not at all uncommon for the ball to miss my paddle for 8 or 9 of the 11 servings in the match. So, statistically, it doesn't look good. Let's say it hits my paddle 8 out of 11 times. That's a 27% chance to bounce the ball back. Even if that guaranteed victory, it would have to happen 11 times total. There can only be 21 servings in a game. 52%, 11 out of 21, of those must hit my paddle, but you know what, this doesn't even matter. You want to know why? Here's why. I spent 50 minutes playing classic Pong. With the fast forwarding enabled, you're looking at most, 10 seconds per match. Add another second to restart, and you're at about 11 seconds per match. Over the course of 50 minutes, I played, spectated I guess, at least 270 games. Not once did I ever score a single point in classic Pong, and very, very rarely did I hit the ball back twice in one volley. It's not up to me, it's up to the computer and where they hit the ball with their paddle. But here's the thing about that, they're programmed to automatically go towards the ball, and because you're not moving, there's a limit to how far up or down the ball goes. It will never bounce off your paddle at such an extreme angle that the computer paddle can't hit it back. It's just impossible for the ball to not be hit back, and if the opponent never misses, it wouldn't even matter if my stationary paddle could hit it back. Best case scenario, you're stuck in an infinite loop where nobody misses the ball, so nobody can ever score a point. I felt defeated. The last time I did this much nothing, I was in high school. I may not have turned in any Algebra 2 assignments or answered any of the questions on a quiz, but I sure as shit beat Pokemon Blue by the time that year was over. I then moved on to Jungle Pong, thinking I might catch a break. Things got interesting here. I actually managed to get some points. But this is not Pong. This is some sick fuck's idea of a good time. Like a block of cheese that's been sealed in a jar for 15 years, this is something that was never supposed to exist. Soccer Pong is another monstrosity. It's just wrong. There are 4 paddles and you control 2 at the same time. Even I have my limits. I went back to regular Pong to cleanse my palate after that. And there I sat, stewing in my own madness for another 20 minutes. I'd modified the controls a bit, so I didn't even have to hold down the fast forward button anymore. The game almost plays itself. I just have to press A every 12 seconds or so to start a new game. I would love to tell you that something worth mentioning happened during those 20 minutes, but that would be a lie, and I've never lied in my life. I never scored a point. I never even came close. I never even had the slightest bit of confidence that I would ever get a point. I think by this point, with all the nothing you've seen, you understand why this is a completely hopeless endeavor. But if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna add some flair. If I'm gonna fall out of a plane without a parachute, I'm gonna chug a gallon of food coloring so my splattered corpse looks like a fucking rainbow. There was one last option I hadn't looked at. I didn't even want to entertain the idea of Arctic Pong until I was prepared for it. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, virtually, hypothetically, all of it. The time had come. I had to see the face of God for myself. My fingers trembled as I navigated towards option number 3. Just look at it. Take it all in. The penguins. It makes me want to cry just thinking about it. It was truly magnificent. It was everything I hoped it would be. Noah figured this out decades ago, that penguins are the key to it all. They make or break this challenge. I think you knew that when you saw this video's title, that it would all come down to penguins. It's hard to critique perfection, but I'll give it a shot. The problem here is that, in theory, it would be possible to win this winter wonderland of Pong. There are power-ups that change things up and revolutionize the Call of Duty series in ways we've never seen before in Call of Duty. Forget what we said in last year's trailer. This is the most innovative Call of Duty ever forever. The only power-up, ability, whatever, that matters is the one that doubles the ball. The computer AI can't keep up or split itself in half, so that power-up is basically a sometimes automatic point for you. Sometimes you get a point from it, sometimes you don't. The issue is that, from what I saw, you can only get that once per match. It won't appear more than that. You can also get the ability that lets you hit the ball at an extreme angle. Then it can bounce off a penguin that's already at an extreme angle, to go so far beyond 45 degrees that reality itself starts to collapse in on itself around the ball and you get a point. But again, that only seems to happen once per match. I scored points somewhat consistently, points in this instance meaning the total collection of my point earned throughout all games played, but it never went beyond a single point in a single game. I tried everything I could think of. I played every possible variation of Pong in this game that God forgot, but I could not beat Pong without moving. If you enjoyed the video, learned anything, or just liked seeing the penguins, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. Thanks to the Champion tier supporters as well as other channel members for helping make videos like this one possible. Join the Mitten Squad Discord server if you'd like to get a glimpse at what hell looks like. I have a Twitter and I say things there sometimes. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Have a wonderful day.
Well.